Hello, it's Michael here from silversurfertraveller.com. Today I thought I'd talk about things to do and places to go in the lovely Spanish city of Malaga. Wherever I go, I like to see the sights of the places that I visit, and having been to Malaga a few times, I can say with certainty that it's got quite a few places of interest to see. Doesn't matter if you're a history buff, a sports enthusiast, a culture vulture, or a shopaholic, Malaga's got something for you. With that in mind, I've got a few places in Malaga that you might want to see if you ever visit. The first place I want to talk about is called Atarazanas Market. Atarazanas Market is a market that's located in the centre of town in Calle Atarazanas, where many of the local restaurants get their produce from. They've got lots of stalls that sell fish, meat, vegetables, cheeses, herbs and spices. When I went there, I spent an hour doing my shopping and stopped by a really nice smoothie place with lots of fruit and veg from a stall called Mr. Coco's Juice Box. So if you ever go there, don't forget Mr. Coco's Juice Box. If you do decide to go to the market, then I've got one tip for you. Just make sure you bring more than one bag because you'll need it. When you see all the stuff that they've got on offer, you won't want to stop shopping, trust me. The next place I want to talk about is called the Glass and Crystal Museum. It's about 10 minutes walk from Malaga Centro train station. Again, I'll put the full address up on screen at the end of this video. It's actually located in a really carefully restored 18th century house down a side street. It's not far from the Picasso Museum, so if you know where that is, it's pretty near there. It's open from Tuesdays to Sunday from 11 o'clock in the morning to 7 p.m. except for the whole of August. In August it's shut, totally shut. It's got a private collection of around 3,000 pieces of glass, and you can get in for €6, or if like me, you're over 60, €4. During the guided tour, you'll get to hear the history of many of the pieces on display and how they came to be in the Crystal and Glass Museum. Just around the corner from the Glass and Crystal Museum is the Picasso Museum. Now, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't consider myself in any way a fountain of wisdom when it comes to art or Picasso. I mean, when I was young, art was something that you found in the Beano. Pictures of Roger the Dodger, Dirty Dang and the rest of the gang was what I grew up with. But then again, you don't need to be some sort of art historian to enjoy this place. It's a really nice walk through. You know, I spent a good hour and a half plus having a look at all the pieces. Again, it's not just Picasso's work that you'll find there. You'll find many other artists who were around at the time and worked with or were influenced by Picasso. It's definitely worth a visit if you're in Malaga. The next place is somewhere that I really enjoyed visiting. It's called the Automobile and Fashion Museum. If you like cars, I mean, most of the guys that I know like cars. And if you love fashion, I mean, what woman doesn't love fashion? You'll love this place. It's called, again, the Automobile and Fashion Museum. Put it on your to-do list. It's a couple of kilometers from central Malaga, and when I say it's chock full of fantastic cars, I mean chock full. It's got turn of last century Richmonds, it's got American icons like the Cadillac, and it's got British icons like the Aston Martin that was featured in loads of old James Bond movies. They've even got John Lennon's Flower Power Rolls Royce. For the fashionistas among you, there's also a wonderful array of fashion from the past decades, from the Charleston era of the 20s onwards. General entries around, I think it's general entries €8.50, and they're open every day including weekends from 10 in the morning to 7 p.m. The only days that they're not open throughout the year are Christmas Day and New Year's Day. The next place I want to talk about is called the Molino de Inca Botanical Gardens, or as I would say, the Botanical Gardens. It's what I would consider one of Malaga's best kept secrets. The Botanical Gardens is just outside Torremolinos. When I stayed in La Colina, it took me around about 30 minutes to walk there. So that's about 2.5 kilometers. For me, the place is somewhere to go and relax. It's just an oasis of calm. It's beautiful. If you're inside there, you wouldn't even know that you're really close to the city. You'll see hundreds of different species of plants and trees. It's got loads of water features, and it just seems a world away from the hustle and bustle of the city of Malaga. Last and definitely not least is the La Rosaleda football stadium. I mean, I love my football. I just love my football, and anywhere I go, I like to go to the local football stadiums and go on a stadium tour. If you like your football, if you're like me, you like it, then a visit to the La Rosaleda stadium should be on your bucket list. It's the home of the local team, Malaga CF. I mean, they're not a very big club, but they do have quite a good tradition of bringing young players through that go on to make their names with bigger clubs. They've had the likes of Santi Cazorla, who went to Arsenal, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who went to Man United, Isco at Real Madrid, Nacho Monreal, who went to Arsenal as well. And for €10, the guided tour is really good value. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel for more travel information and tips for young people like me over the age of 50.